YouTube. This is a totally random video. This doesn't deal with dating or anything like that. I'm going to do one more video after this. But I just had to let y'all guys know something about me. I like old school everything. I like old school movies. I like old school comedians, old school everything. Old school discipline, old school values. But one of my followers on Facebook, my fraternity brother, he put up, which show do you like better, Fresh Prince or Martin? And if y'all don't know me, which you don't know because I haven't did a video of what I like, what I don't like, and kind of I think that'll be my next video. If you can't, you gotta learn that I quote. I'm a quoter, okay? But I prefer Martin over Fresh Prince. I know some people Fresh Prince is better, blah 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 blah. Oh, let me tell you something about Fresh Prince. If you grew up in my age range and you're about my age, 30, maybe a little older, and my sister's age, 3 years younger up, you'd understand that when you watch Fresh Prince now, you don't feel the same way you did about it as a kid. When you watch Martin now, you are like, wow, this person, this man, this comedian really was ahead of his time and really is using colloquialisms or sayings that people still use now. Like knocking boots, that's from Martin. Talk to the hand, that's from Martin. So there's just a lot of things that we do, and it's because of him. That's why I want to prefer him, but he's funny as hell. His show is 20 years old. The first show aired in 94, so 21 years old. And if you guys don't know the backstory, let me give it to you. Okay, so there's a great movie called Boomerang. Old school movies. Guys, please check it out. I quote Boomerang, not a drop. I quote Boomerang, and I quote all good movies. But that was an epic movie with Eddie Murphy. Now listen to the cast. Eddie Murphy, Martin Lawrence, David Alan Grier, oh my god, I just forgot her name. Her name just slipped out of my head. Halle Berry, John Witherspoon, jeez Louise, Strange, which is Grace Jones, Eartha Kitt, oh my gosh, and I cannot remember, Jacqueline, Robin Givens, and then some. There's still more people in it. It's an epic movie. It's a movie about a player, and basically think of the title name Boomerang. What goes around, boomerangs go around to come back around, correct? So, I'm not going to get into the movie, but basically, the movie came out in 93, and Eddie Murphy was working, obviously, with Martin Lawrence. And he was just like, you know what, Martin? You need to do a show. You're really funny. You have raw talent. I need you to channel, get my little thoughts out, channel that and make a show. So because Eddie Murphy pushed him to do that, this is why we have the show Martin, if you guys don't know that backstory. And one thing that I prefer better over Martin over Fresh Prince is that, not for nothing, Fresh Prince was very Hollywood. It was a very commercial show. Nothing was really raw. Yeah, it has some topics about, being a fatherless parent, growing up in the hood, and moving to where your rich auntie lives. And she made the way because basically in the show, he's related to Aunt Viv. Aunt Viv and her mom are sisters, and she wants her son to get out of Philly. But what I felt like Will Smith didn't do, because he was very haughty, he got very big head because he was making millions. He was just doing basically what the television show wanted him to do, and it kind of was watered down for me. Martin never was that until the whole scandal with Gina or whatever. But what I like about Martin is that if you notice characters, he's used characters from him being in House Party. Like Gina, her mom in House Party, was on an episode of Martin the day the Geechee is over, when he went to the courthouse to fight his parking ticket, which is a funny episode. So basically that's what I like. It's basically the way he was. He didn't leave no one behind. He included everybody that he worked with, or he put people on. Not even put people on, but he just kind of commemorated people who came before him. John Witherspoon was on his show. There was just so many people on his show, and it's just like, that is what you do. As a black actor, you don't just forget about your people, you put them back in the light, because you're showing homage, you're paying homage to them. You're saying, these are people that I looked after, that made me want to be a comedian, and everything. Just like his Dragonfly Jones is based off of obviously a character in the black film circuit. So a lot of his characters were based off of his experiences, and I appreciate anyone who cannot forget their culture and where they come from and put them back on the show. David Allen Greer was on the show. Leon Lonnie Love, y'all. I'm laughing because I'm thinking of the show in my head. So that's one thing I really liked about Martin over Fresh Prince. You saw people that looked like you. Obviously, mean people of color and black people, whatever. But you saw legends in the show, and he wasn't afraid to go there or to still have a message, even though his humor was raunchy. Not everyone's into that raw humor. It worked, and because I've watching the show, because I've watched the show so much, and if you guys are Martin heads, you'll understand. Listen in the background, like when they went to Gilligan's Island. When they went to Gilligan's Island in the beginning before they meet Tommy and Pam and realize they're at the same resort, you hear Pam laughing because her laugh is loud, and you hear Tommy laughing. There are so many scenes where Martin like ad-libbed or broke character, or just the line was so funny that he either had to turn his face or you heard the cast laughing off set. And that's another thing I liked about the show. And he included just everyone, and like the show was raunchy and funny. And you can use the lines. I remember when me and my friends went to Miami. We was quoting everybody, okay? We were quoting Jerome. But yeah, that's why I like Martin over Fresh Prince. Don't get me wrong, Fresh Prince had a couple cute episodes. I liked the Aunt Viv when she turned 40 and she did the dance school thing. I liked old Aunt Viv, not new Aunt Viv. But I understand, and now that I watch Life After, y'all. Okay, let me segue. Get my thoughts together. Guys, if you have TV One, please utilize TV One. It is an awesome channel, an awesome network that does show black shows. But they also do shows like Life After. They also do shows like Unsung. And it's just like amazing to see what talent people have and like what were their ups and their downs. And Aunt Viv, I forget her real name, she was on the show of Life After, and basically she says she left the show because, you know, Will Smith, at the time, because he was young and dumb, you know, he thought he could get everyone, he kind of was trying to do advances towards her, and she had to put him in his place, like, understand I'm older than you, and I will knock you the fuck out, but you know, I'm going to do one better, I'm going to leave. So she left, and honestly, after she left, the show went from being cute and good, because she brought another comedic humor, because she was from the hood too, she's from Philly. You know, she moved, she met a great man, and she was able to move to LA, but when the new Aunt Viv came, it was just too pretentious for me. But even if it wasn't pretentious, even if the real Aunt Viv stayed, which maybe would have changed how I felt, just, I don't feel Will Smith's character or him did enough to incorporate where he's come from or include people and kind of show the homage that Martin did. Plus, he's funny, but he's not as funny as Martin's crazy sense of humor, which I kind of resonate towards. So that's just my video of why I like Martin over Fresh Prince. You can respectfully disagree, but that's just the truth. That's the reason why I like it. I like to see that, you know, he didn't forget about, like, one of the producers, the one that's like, you saw Almondsy, ooh, he's a producer on the show, one, and he was in House Party. When the toilet stopped, he was like combing out his hair. So you see what I'm saying? Like, you take someone from who's 18 or whatever however they were in 89, 91 when it came out, whatever, and you have him as a producer and he's a character in your show. It just says a lot. This video is running long, y'all, so I'm gonna look back because I want to make another video on something and I forgot what it is. But I hope you enjoy. And Martin rocks. Yeah. Bye. Talk to the hand.